Welcome, coin enthusiasts! Did you know that some pennies are worth far more than their face value? In fact, there are rare Lincoln pennies that can sell for thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. Today, we're going to reveal 5 Lincoln pennies that could be hiding right in your pocket, worth a small fortune if you know how to spot them. Stick around, because you won't want to miss out on learning how to find these hidden treasures, and how much they could be worth at auction. Number 1. The iconic Lincoln penny is more than just a small piece of copper. It's a symbol of American history and a part of everyday life. But did you know that certain Lincoln pennies, especially from the 1960s, can be worth a lot more than just 1 cent? Today, we're going to explore the fascinating world of rare Lincoln pennies, and I'll show you how to spot these hidden treasures and what they could be worth. The history of the Lincoln penny goes all the way back to 1909. When it was first introduced to honor Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. Since then, the design has remained iconic, with Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Over the years, many variations have emerged, especially in the 1960s, which produced some of the most valuable pennies you can find today. But how can you tell which pennies are worth more than just a penny? One of the first things to check is the mint mark. On the reverse of each penny, you'll find a small letter that indicates where the coin was minted. If you see a D, it means the penny was minted in Denver. An S means it was minted in San Francisco, and a P means it was minted in Philadelphia. Mint marks play an important role in determining the rarity and value of a coin. Pennies from certain mints, particularly those from San Francisco, can be rarer and more valuable. Another factor that can significantly increase the value of a Lincoln penny is errors in the minting process. These errors, like double strikes or off-center strikes, can make a penny worth far more than face value. A double strike occurs when the coin is stamped more than once, resulting in a blurry or doubled image, while an off-center strike happens when the coin isn't properly aligned during minting. These mistakes may seem small, but they're highly collectible and can make a coin extremely valuable to the right buyer. Now, how can you find these valuable pennies? Start by checking your change. Every time you get change, take a moment to look closely at your pennies. It only takes a second to check for mint marks or potential errors that could make a coin worth much more than its face value. You can also use online resources. There are websites and forums dedicated to coin collectors where you can learn more about identifying valuable pennies and share your finds with others. And don't forget about your local coin dealers. A coin shop is a great place to get expert advice on the value of your collection, or even find rare coins to add to your own. Building a coin collection doesn't stop with pennies. The knowledge you gain from researching Lincoln pennies can easily transfer to other types of coins, like state quarters, silver dollars, and even paper money. If you're serious about becoming a collector, consider joining a coin club or an online community where you can connect with other collectors, swap tips, and learn more about the world of numismatics. Now, you're probably wondering, just how much are these rare 1960s Lincoln pennies worth? Well, it varies depending on the condition and rarity of the coin, but some rare pennies have been known to fetch between $7,500 and $10,000 in high-quality auctions. And for the rarest examples, like a 1960 double die obverse or a perfect 1960s era penny, they've sold for as much as $50,000 to $70,000 or even more, depending on their condition and uniqueness. So, the next time you dig through your change, keep your eyes peeled. You might just be holding onto a small fortune. Number 2. The iconic Lincoln penny is not only a part of American history, but it's also something most of us see in our pockets every day. It's a symbol of the past and a key element of everyday life in the U.S. But did you know that some Lincoln pennies are worth far more than their face value? Today, we're focusing on one particularly rare and valuable penny, the 1981 D Lincoln penny. Let's explore what makes it special, how to spot it, and how much it could be worth. First, let's talk about the history of the penny. The Lincoln penny, which was first minted in 1909, has undergone a few changes over the years. Its iconic design has remained the same, featuring Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. While most pennies are worth just 1 cent, certain years, like the 1981 D, have gained significant attention from collectors due to their rarity and unique features. One of the key factors in determining the value of a Lincoln penny is its mint mark. Mint marks tell you where the penny was struck. Look for a D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, or a P for Philadelphia. For the 1981 penny, we're focusing on the D, which stands for Denver. A 1981 D penny might not be rare in itself, but when you consider mint errors in certain conditions, this penny can become highly valuable. Speaking of errors, mistakes in the minting process can make a coin much more valuable. For example, a double strike or off-center strike occurs when the coin isn't properly aligned during minting, causing the design to appear shifted or blurry. These errors are rare, and finding one could mean you've struck gold, or in this case, copper. Pennies with minting errors can fetch a significantly higher price at auctions than those without. Now, how can you find these valuable pennies? Start by checking your change. Every time you receive pennies, take a second to examine them. Look for any mint marks or potential errors, especially those that could make your 1981 D penny more valuable. Online resources like coin collecting websites and forums are great places to learn more about how to identify valuable pennies. You can even post pictures of your coins to get feedback from experienced collectors. Coin dealers are also excellent resources. If you're ever unsure about the value of a penny, a local coin shop can help assess its worth and offer guidance on pricing or selling it. Building a coin collection goes beyond just pennies. The knowledge you gain by researching rare pennies can be applied to other types of coins, like state quarters, silver dollars, or even paper money. If you want to deepen your understanding, consider joining a coin club or an online community. These groups can connect you with fellow collectors, share tips, and help you grow your collection. Now, you're probably wondering, how much is a rare 1981 D penny actually worth? Well, most standard 1981 D pennies are only worth their face value of 1 cent. However, if you find a 1981 D penny with errors like double strikes or off-center strikes, the value could range anywhere from $100 to $500, depending on the condition and the type of error. For coins with more significant errors or in excellent condition, prices could go as high as $1,000 to $2,000 at auction. But if you're lucky enough to find a 1981 D penny with a truly rare error, like a double die, it can fetch a higher price, $5,000 to $10,000 or more, especially if it's in mint or near mint condition. And for the rarest examples, especially those with exceptional errors or in pristine condition, they have been known to sell for $40,000 to $60,000 or even more at high-quality auctions. So, next time you're going through your change, take the time to look closely. You might just be holding on to a small fortune, especially if it's a rare 1981 D penny. Number 3. The Lincoln penny is one of the most iconic coins in American history, representing not just the legacy of President Abraham Lincoln, but the everyday life of Americans. First introduced in 1909, the Lincoln penny has become more than just pocket change. It's a piece of history that's collected by numismatists and coin enthusiasts alike. But did you know that some Lincoln pennies are worth far more than their face value? One of the most intriguing examples is the 1961 D Lincoln penny. In this video, we'll explore how you can spot a valuable one and how much it could be worth. The 1961 D penny is part of the long-running series of Lincoln cents. It features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, with the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Though many of these pennies are simply worth 1 cent, some of them can be worth much more due to factors like mint marks, errors, and the overall condition of the coin. When it comes to identifying valuable pennies, one of the most important things to look for is the mint mark. This small letter tells you where the penny was struck. The 1961 D penny features a D mint mark, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. Mint marks play a significant role in determining a penny's rarity, so always pay attention to where your pennies were minted. But the real treasure lies in the errors, mistakes that occur during the minting process, which can turn an ordinary penny into something truly valuable. Errors like double strikes, where the die strikes the coin twice, can create a distorted image. Similarly, off-center strikes, where the design isn't aligned correctly, can make a coin unique and much more valuable to collectors. If you're lucky enough to find a 1961 penny with any of these minting mistakes, you may have just discovered a hidden gem. To start finding these valuable coins, check your change carefully. Every time you get pennies in your pocket, take a second look. You never know when you might come across a rare error penny. Online resources like forums and coin collecting websites can also help you learn more about identifying these valuable coins. And if you're unsure, consider visiting a local coin dealer. They can assess your pennies, give you an estimate of their worth, and guide you on how to sell them if you choose to. Building your coin collection doesn't stop with pennies. The knowledge you gain about 1961 pennies and other rare coins can be applied to other types of collectibles, such as state quarters, silver dollars, and even paper money. There's a whole world of coins out there waiting to be explored. And for those who are serious about coin collecting, joining a coin club or an online community is a great way to connect with fellow collectors and expand your knowledge. Now, you might be wondering, how much could a rare 1961 penny actually be worth? Well, while most 1961 pennies are worth just 1 cent, those with minting errors can bring in a significant amount at auction. In fact, a 1961 penny with an off-center strike or other noticeable errors could be worth anywhere from $200 to $500, depending on its condition and the severity of the error. But the truly rare ones, those with major minting errors or in exceptional condition, can sell for much higher amounts. Top-tier examples of 1961 pennies have been known to fetch $5,000 to $10,000 at auction, especially when in excellent condition or possessing significant errors like a double die. In some cases, particularly rare or flawless examples have reached a price of $48,000 to $62,000, making the 1961 penny one of the most valuable pennies for collectors today. So, the next time you're going through your change, take a close look. You could be holding on to a small fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, remember that spotting a rare coin is all about the details. And with the 1961 Lincoln penny, the right minting error could mean big rewards. Number 4. The Lincoln penny, a coin that's become a symbol of American history and daily life, has more value than you might think. While most pennies are worth just 1 cent, some are hidden treasures that can bring in big rewards for coin collectors. The 1982 Lincoln penny is one of those gems, and in this video, we're going to explore why it's so valuable, how to spot a rare one, and what they're worth. Let's start with the basics. The 1982 Lincoln penny is part of the iconic series that's been in circulation for over a century. The coin features the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, and on the reverse, it originally depicted the Lincoln Memorial, which has since been replaced by the Union Shield in later years. But why does the 1982 penny stand out? Well, 1982 was a transition year for the U.S. Mint. This was the year that the composition of the penny changed from 95% copper to 97.5% zinc with a copper plating. This change in metal content created two distinct types of 1982 pennies, the copper-based and the zinc-based. These differences can make a significant impact on the coin's value. When it comes to identifying a valuable 1982 Lincoln penny, one of the first things to look for is the mint mark. The 1982 penny was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, P, the Denver Mint, D, and the San Francisco Mint, S, so make sure to check for the appropriate mint mark on the coin. But more than just the mint mark, the errors during the minting process are what can make these pennies truly valuable. For example, one of the most sought-after varieties of the 1982 penny is the double die obverse. This is a minting error where the coin was struck twice, leading to a doubled image on the obverse side of the penny. If you spot a 1982 penny with a double die, it could be worth a significant amount. Another error to look for is the off-center strike, where the design is misaligned, causing the coin to appear skewed. Such errors are rarer and much more valuable to collectors, so how can you find one of these rare 1982 pennies? Start by checking your change. Every time you receive a penny, take a second to look it over. Look closely at the mint mark and check for any noticeable minting errors like double strikes or off-center strikes. Even if you don't find a rare penny today, you're still learning valuable coin collecting skills for the future. In addition to looking through your change, online resources such as coin collecting websites and forums can be very helpful for identifying valuable coins. These platforms allow collectors to share tips, ask questions, and get guidance on spotting rare coins. If you have a collection that you're unsure about, consider visiting a local coin dealer. These experts can help you assess your pennies, give you an idea of their value, and offer advice on selling or preserving your collection. Beyond just the 1982 penny, diving into coin collecting opens up a whole world of possibilities. The knowledge you gain from studying the 1982 Lincoln penny can be applied to other coins and collectibles. Consider exploring other famous coin series, like state quarters, silver dollars, or even paper money. If you're serious about coin collecting, joining a coin club or an online community can also help you expand your knowledge, meet fellow enthusiasts, and stay up to date on trends in the world of numismatics. Now, the big question: what's the value of a rare 1982 Lincoln penny? Most of the 1982 pennies are worth just 1 cent, but if you're lucky enough to find one with a minting error, like a double die or off-center strike, the value can go much higher. For example, a 1982 double die obverse penny can sell for anywhere between $500 and $1,500, depending on its condition and rarity. But that's just the start. Some of the truly rare examples in perfect condition have been sold for as much as $5,000 to $10,000 at auction. The real jackpot, however, comes when you find a well-preserved example of the 1982 copper penny. These are among the most valuable pennies for collectors. Some of these can go for $41,000 to $54,000 at auction, making the 1982 Lincoln penny one of the most prized coins in the world of numismatics today. So, next time you come across a 1982 penny, remember to take a closer look. You could be holding on to a piece of history that's worth far more than just 1 cent. Number 5. The Lincoln penny is an iconic symbol of American history, a coin that has been circulating for over a century. While it's often seen as just pocket change, certain Lincoln pennies can be worth far more than just 1 cent. Today, we're diving into one particular year of the Lincoln penny, the 1966 penny. This coin might look simple at first glance, but there are certain features that make it stand out as a valuable treasure for collectors. Introduced in 1909 to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's centennial, the Lincoln penny has become a staple in American currency. The design features the beloved profile of President Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. By 1966, the design was familiar, but the value of a 1966 penny can fluctuate drastically depending on its condition and rarity. Now, when it comes to identifying a valuable 1966 penny, the first thing to check is the mint mark. Mint marks are small letters stamped onto the coin to indicate where it was made. The 1966 penny was struck at 3 different U.S. mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. While the 1966 penny from all these mints can have some value, certain errors in the minting process can turn an ordinary penny into something much more valuable. Some of the most prized 1966 pennies are those with minting errors. Errors such as double strikes, where the coin is struck twice and the image is duplicated, or off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, can make a coin much rarer and therefore more valuable. If you're looking to spot a 1966 penny with a valuable error, look for signs like a double date or design on the obverse side, or check if the reverse is misaligned, leaving part of the coin blank. Now, how do you find these valuable coins? Start by checking your change. Every time you receive pennies, especially in older rolls, take a few moments to inspect them closely. It only takes a minute, but you could be holding on to a rare penny that could be worth far more than just 1 cent. Online resources such as coin collecting websites and forums can also help you identify minting errors and learn more about different penny varieties. If you discover you have a potentially rare coin, visit a local coin dealer who can help assess its value and offer advice on how to sell it. While searching for 1966 pennies, it's also worth noting that the knowledge you gain doesn't just apply to pennies. You can use what you learned to identify other valuable coins in your collection. For example, state quarters, silver dollars, and even paper money can all be incredibly valuable. Joining a coin club or becoming part of an online numismatics community can help you stay updated on the latest trends and connect with fellow collectors. So, how much is a rare 1966 penny worth? Well, most 1966 pennies are worth just their face value, but a 1966 penny with minting errors can fetch a much higher price. For example, a 1966 penny with an off-center strike or other noticeable error might sell for anywhere between $500 and $2,000, depending on its condition and rarity. But that's just the start. In some cases, especially for coins in mint condition or those with rare errors, prices can go much higher. At auctions, highly sought-after 1966 pennies have been known to sell for $48,000 to $64,000. Especially if they have significant errors or are in excellent condition. So, remember, not every 1966 penny is a treasure, but with a little bit of knowledge and some careful checking, you could be holding on to a rare coin worth far more than its face value. Happy hunting!